Well, there's a lot going on in Nigeria, and once in a while, I just take out time to just ease off that pressure. It's weekend edition of the program, and of course, that's why we bring the lighter side of things right here on the Morning Brief. I've been joined in the program by a comedian who is based in Akwa Ibom State in New York. Idika Odey, but is known as General Odey, is the commander of the Funny Battalion Entertainment. General Odey, thank you so much for coming on the program. Good to see you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. It's good to see you too. You look amazing.
Thank you. My producer, the people in the back end of production are asking, this dressing, what is going on? What is happening? So maybe you can give an explainer as to why you chose this part and whether you've had encounter with the armed forces and how it played out, because anybody will mistake you to a serving officer.
Sure. A lot of people have actually mistaken me for a serving officer, especially when I go for events. Before the events, I would just be outside. Some big men will enter and say, wow, they like the fact that they have a security presence here. Wow. Some of them will be calling their friends. Senator, don't come with the police van. We have military presence. It's just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes into the event, because they will now start calling their friends. So I beg, bring police. This guy over there will not know who he is. So a lot of people mistake this outfit for a military personnel. But that was just me, General Odey, the Comedy General, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Commanding Officer of the 419 Battalion. By the grace of God, I'm the officer that joined this force by force. The one that removes uniform when he sees other officers just to avoid frog jump.
I was getting to that point that how many frog jumps have you done? That's what I was getting to. Have you ever done frog jumps at any point? Have you had to sleep in the guard room, as they say? Have they made you blank in the gutter or whatever? Speak to us about that. Is that something you've encountered in specific now?
Actually, I've not encountered that before. Most times when they see me and explain myself to them, they just begin to laugh at me. You are very so you have the mind to wear this. I say, just to hustle, for Ghana hustle. It's my own transaction. So I've not done that before. No front jump. The only thing I avoid is go to a foreign land that they don't understand who I am. But there was a time I was actually going to Ibadan. I was actually driving to Ibadan one of these days, and just on our way, I was stopped by these police officers, and they were like, who are you? What are you? Where will you? I just told them, my brother, you see this uniform? Me, I don't know what they are wearing, but it resembles military uniform, but never a military uniform. The guy looked at it, it's not a uniform, not just comedian. So I've not really done any front job before.
All right, General Odey, you're not the only one wearing any 3-star or something. This is 3-star to here, so maybe you inspired me to wear this today.
No, it's not on your shoulder.
I beg you, somewhere it's on my body. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, I saw something that caught my attention on the internet. It said, "I do humorous things in righteousness." I do not understand what that means. Maybe you help me understand what righteousness has to do with comedy.
Actually, when I want to go into comedy, I have to consult. Okay. I have people over me that when I want to take serious decisions, I meet them and say, this thing I want to do, how should I go about to counsel me? So being a church boy from the beginning, I decided to go into comedy. I discussed with my pastor then, and he was like, you can go into comedy and be different. Let your comedy be like you're passing a message, whatever you do, even though it's funny. Don't be blaspheming, don't be vulgar, don't be salty, don't be abusive. Just do your clean, classy comedy and just set a marked difference from others. So right from then, over 10 years, I've just been that guy that people just say, this one, even if you put him in a nightclub, he will talk some plain jokes.
Odey. So, Let's go back to how you got into comedy in the first place, because that's what we try to do anytime we bring in a guest. We try to allow you walk us through your journey. How did you start out? What were you doing before, or what is it that we should know about your journey before you became the General Odey that we know today?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. The journey began when I was in the university. I was actually a singer. I had a music group where we sing, we go to events, we sing. We're like 7 of us at the Rocket for Christ Choir then in Calabar. So we go sing and minister, and I discovered I really minister. The prayers are always more than the envelope give us. So before we do sharing will not go round. And it became a concern to me. I was like, is the path I want to choose? I started trusting God for something different. Before singing, even when I was singing then, I used to do some humorous things, crack jokes on campus, just among my friends, not like on the stage. So the first day I was pushed on stage to do comedy was when the Yellow Network visited our school for activation, and they were like, you don't have a comedian in this university, you don't have a comedian, please send us a comedian. And my friends were just busy shouting, go, go, go. I was like, this crowd is too much. In fact, I can't. They had to force me immediately. I went up there. That is how I did what I did. I don't know how long I took, because immediately I got up there, I didn't know what I was saying. But when I finished, the whole school was like, hey, because I sounded like an Hausa guy that day. I used the accent, and I came down, they were like, Aboki, 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 That is how I just found that favor, love. And right from that day, people started inviting me all these hostels for their birthday parties. Some girls invite me for their, events. The school started carrying me along on some social activities. I started, from the campus, building a community. From then, I went outside the community of the campus environment into the city, started hosting weddings, hosting end-of-year parties, started featuring some government events, and that's how it just began. It just happened.
All right.
So
I must say that.
That was the journey so far.
And it's beautiful to see. I must say you have a very infectious persona. Your laugh gets me laughing. And that's really rare. So people laugh and you just wonder why you're laughing. It's not funny. But for you, it just adds to the whole stage, your set and the act. But let's take a listen to something you've done, and then we'll come back for the home stretch. So this is General Odey, who has not done frog jump by virtue of his uniform, making people laugh as he always does.
It's really good to be here. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor. Say, neighbor. It's good to sit by your side. Use some accent. I know say 50% of us go like Japa. So start to practice. Say, neighbor. You look amazing. You look great. Tell that neighbor, the way I'm looking at you. Don't run and leave me in this country. Can we put our hands together and celebrate ourselves? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. My name is General Odey. I know some of you probably know me already because you might have seen my face on radio, heard my voice on TV, and I've watched my videos on newspaper. My name is General Odey, the Comedy General, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Commanding Officer of the 419 Battalion.
Yeah, I've definitely seen your face on radio and heard your voice on TV, General Odey. But you were trying to build a set there, and I heard the way you try to bring in the audience who sometimes are on their phone, they're distracted, maybe with life issues, maybe they've just gotten a debit alert or, all of this challenge. So speak to us about maybe the most difficult part of this job, which we always ask, just so that we can share some of the experiences you've had with others and encourage them.
I would say the most difficult part of this job is actually the few seconds you have mounting the stage and the few minutes you have to get them, from that mode that is just relaxing to a very hilarious moment. Those times are always very challenging for every comedian or public speaker or someone. And some of them will say they have outgrown it. But the thing is that moment is always there. You're wondering, how am I going to do this? So for me, is that time I'm about to climb in a few minutes. So what I do is when I get up there, I just want to relax with them before I begin to lift them. Because how you just go there, so rousy and noisy, they're like, how did this one just come here now? How did you get here? So what I do is I try to be with them, carry them along, because I'm more of a spontaneous comedian. So I don't bring materials from where I'm coming from most times. I just want to play along what is available and just go around it. That's what happens.
All right, General Odey, let me say something that concerns women right now, because I see that you brought in your wife in this comedy business, and on one of the YouTube videos, I saw her casting the news, and she was really doing well. Maybe you should start thinking about bringing her into broadcasting. But how did this even... did you infect her with this comedy thing, or is it that contagious that, you started doing it, let me also... It was really nice to see your wife casting news and bringing her into comedy. How is that going at the moment?
Actually, my wife is actually a very serious personality. She doesn't joke. She does this melancholy that wants to stay straight, doesn't want to play around. Yeah. So sometimes I will just use that. And say, you are too serious. Serious. Take some time and just laugh, play. It's not every time you're using calculator to calculate lifetime. You have to just ease up. So that was just the edition we did. And she was like, he doesn't like it. He should just stick to what he's doing. I was like, at least I brought you out of it. So she's a broadcaster, comedian, and also a radio presenter. So yeah, we try to get to a point where we just agree with each other.
See how your influence...
Okay, Odey, as we go wind down, maybe some of your funny, I don't know whether there's such a thing as the funniest joke you've done. If there's one, maybe you can share with us, or the joke that caught people's attention.
Funniest joke that caught people's attention. There are many jokes I have that I would say I've delivered at some point that were really hilarious. I think one of them will be the part where a friend of mine told me that since I dress like a military man, I should use their accent. I should use their accent and use their vowels, their lingua franca, and communicate with them so they don't disturb me at checkpoints and all this place. So I said, which one should I be using? I said, anytime you see the police there, just tell them esprit de corps. Or it's like esprit de corps. What does it mean? Just be saying it anywhere you see them. So there was this day I was driving to Port Harcourt. I got to a checkpoint just close to Ibawa, and I saw a policeman, and the man said, "Hey, Park, who are you?" I said, esprit de corps. Let me go. It worked. I went in front a bit. I saw a road safety. They were all parked and they flagged me down. I stopped. They said, "Who are you?" I said, esprit de corps. It worked. They allowed me to go. They carry on. I saw a Navy checkpoint. And at this point, I was scared to say esprit de corps. But one man said, "Stay." I got there and I looked at them eyeball to eyeball. I said, esprit de corps. They said, "Carry on, sir." This thing worked for the police, the Navy, the SR. The point I got surprised was when I was getting close to Port Harcourt, I saw a military checkpoint, army checkpoint. That is when I know that army does not know esprit, does not know corps, does not know what. I just got there immediately. They saw me. The army man said, "Hey, come down from the motor." I said, "Is it motor or motor?" He said, "Come down from the motor." And I said, "Sir, esprit is a crime. Don't mention esprit. Come down." Sir, please let me. He said, "Don't esprit." Immediately, he called one of his military friends. "Danjuma, bring up for the AK-47. Danjuma was coming. "Salisu, bring up for the AK-42. That one was coming. This one was coming with slap. Immediately, they got to where we were. He now asked him, "What did you say you are? Esprit the what?" I said, "Sir, esprit the fool." Extreme the what? Extreme the idiot.
Extreme the idiot.
Odey.
Baba, you cast last.
Last. Okay.
General Odey, the commander of the Fallen Battalion, thank you so much for coming on the program. We really appreciate it and wish you and your battalion the very best.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate Jeff and everybody in the studio.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, that's a good dose of laughter.
Absolutely. And so that's why we wrap it up on the program for the weekend for today. Thank you so much for your time and company. I'm Jeffrey Uzoma.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching with us. Thank you for staying with us. Make sure you enjoy the weekend so that when it comes to Monday, you can say, thank God it's Monday. It's not just Friday. So thank you for watching.
There is no thank God it's Monday anywhere.
No, but if you rest well, you will say, thank God it's Monday too. For us, that work weekends. I am Anne Wawado. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to visit a tourist destination in Nigeria this weekend. Okay, let's support our own. Sunrise Daily is next. I'm Kayode Okikilu. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.